Good Tuesday late morning, and welcome to the next episode. I believe it's 24. If you watched the end of the last episode, I was in the middle of sort of a mini marathon, just doing a bunch of stuff. Nothing actually in the garden. So we're going to start with the garden here after I do a little bit of cleanup from another video I just shot about a solar-powered electronics project, which is on another part of my channel. Look for the, if you're curious, the Bitman's Electronic Lab, or BEL, and this is the constructions and hacks, so it's belch. Yeah, if you want to look for that, basically I'm going to build a solar-powered light using old solar garden lights. So just something I've been thinking about, and I also came across a power source that will work nicely with a larger panel. So yeah, let's just get to cleaning up from that and doing a little bit of trimming in the garden. Okay, well, that's a start. I didn't do much here, but the salad planters, I pulled out a bunch of the arugula. Still tastes good, and now I get what they were saying about, I think the larger leaves are a little bit more peppery than the baby leaves, and I don't really care for the taste of the baby leaves, but the larger leaves are not so bad. So, ooh, we're wilting pretty badly there. I'm going to throw some water on it. So I decided, all right, let's take some of that. Let's take some of the Swiss chard that I'm cutting up and a little bit of the nasturtium and make my own little salad mix, which I'll bring inside and put in a bag and stick in the fridge, and then when it's time for a salad, I'll have something to eat. So, yeah, I think that kind of takes care of that, and I think I will, for the sake of... I don't know what for the sake of, I lost my train of thought. For the sake of brevity, except now it's longer, I'm going to wrap up for the day. I got one more project I want to work on, but I think I'll just do that off camera. It's also probably getting kind of close to lunchtime, so that's it for today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Good Wednesday morning to you. It's hot. It's time to open the pool. Okay, it's not that hot, but we finally have a series of days when the temperature is going to be high enough that it's worth opening up the pool. But in order to do that, we're going to have to get the temperature of the pool up, and that's what this is. This is the pool heater, and I need to vacuum it out because it's gas fired, and I need to get all the cobwebs and everything else out of there so they don't just burn up when we start her up. So, and this is an old model we're actually considering replacing. Probably not as efficient as it could be, but the ones that we've been looking at, if we tried to do it ourselves, don't really fit all that well because it's kind of locked in by, that's the pump under that stool there and the filter over here. So yeah, it's going to be another big project, and then I just found out I got another big project in the house. So, whew, it never ends. Home ownership, even when you don't own the home. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get this thing cleaned out and fired up, and then we'll get to cleaning the pool. Well, it won't fire, and I found one loose wire, and I have to borrow the same phone that's taking this video to take a picture so I can look at it, because trying to bend over in there is really crazy. Once I figure out where that wire is supposed to go, I'll connect it and we'll give it another shot. Okay, unfortunately, I missed my opportunity to show you, but it was a loose wire. It was that thick green wire. I'll see if I can get you a slightly better picture. But it was disconnected from the power going into the control module. So the control module had no power. It could not do its function of deciding when to fire. So I finally got it back in, and it took a few attempts, probably because there is, I think, maybe air in the line, in the gas line, and when it doesn't have the proper flow, it detects that, so it won't, so it's not spitting a bunch of gas into the air. But it finally did fire up, and you can kind of see, I don't know if that'll come through on camera, sort of the mirage lines around the heater, or up on the top there. You can see the heat coming off of it. So it's, I think we figured out it was a 250,000 BTU unit. The newer units tend to be not as tall. They're more compact, but unfortunately it's just kind of, I'm going to have to figure out the layout. So that's a whole other project. But now it's time to go clean the pool. Okay, so that's the pool done. I didn't want to do the outro from that in the backyard because Dad was busy inflating some inflatables for the pool. Actually, he was using an air compressor, so don't. Anyway, one last thing I want to do today, other than cleaning up from all of this, is to get to the oranges and pick some more because we finished off our batch of orange juice this morning. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, well, we got more oranges off the tree. There's still a bunch of them up there. That's good. I got a decent sized bucket. I had to throw a bunch away. That's at least a couple of batches of orange juice and some peeling. But the other thing while I was in there was like, you know, you look at the tangerine tree, it doesn't look like much. If you kind of look way in the corner there, when I was up behind it, there's a bunch more on there. So I may try and get some of those and squeeze them and add them to the frozen juice cubes that I've got. So that's pretty good. That's it for today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Good Thursday morning to you. Welcome to the garden. Just noticed something. There are dead branches. We got an awful lot of lemons. I should probably be picking some of those, but we've got some dead branches up there, so I'll have to extract those at some point. I did get stuff picked and squeezed. Oh yeah, and the like you can see, there's one orange hanging out up there that has fallen off the orange tree. There's a bunch of them that sit back behind here because they roll down the hill. But after I picked some of the tangerines that were up there, it's really kind of hard to see them from down here. Hopefully you can catch a few of them up near the top of the picture there. But after I picked them, a couple of them had come down and I knew they were no good, and I just kind of left them where they were. Well, last night the raccoon showed up, kind of started out on that end, just kind of walked across. Actually no, he came down and he just walked along the path here and disappeared very quickly. But then this morning I came out and I found right up around here some of those fruit that had fallen and I knew were no good because they were split open or they had bruises on them, they were starting to rot. He had a feast. So yeah, anyway, getting back to, that's sort of the update in the garden. The only other thing being that I just noticed that one of the two bush bean plants has been chopped off. The other one still survives. I still have another one in the backyard as a backup, so I'm going to try and keep that alive. And we'll figure it out from there. But the patty pan's looking a little bit better now. Is this the arugula? I think this is the arugula. It's just growing right back again. This one looks a little different. I'm not sure what that is, but anywho, yeah, the arugula just keeps kind of sprouting right back up again. But otherwise, it's looking like the garden is healthy. So, and the pool is set up, and we had some time in the pool yesterday. It was a little on the cooler side, so I've got the heater back on for a couple hours, get it up to final temperature, and then hopefully the pool cover will take care of that. So it's back to the gates project. I need to do touch-ups on that end, and I need to do the full sand and paint on that end. So let's get cranking. Phew, that was like a sprint because the paint started to skin over on me, and I just wanted to get it done. So this has now been fixed, and as long as I was going to go after that sort of transition from white to brown, I might as well do the whole thing. And you got to figure out at some point you stop, otherwise you end up repainting the entire house. So that's got that. Still got some cleanup to do, but let's take a look at the other gate. I couldn't really move you to the other side of the gate because it's just so bright and sunny and hot. It's just gonna, the camera would have just quit on me. So it's looking a lot better, I think. I'll go around to the other side so you can see, and you can see the tape's already coming off on me. But I got both sides painted. I'm happy. I think that's it for today. I have a couple other little things I want to do, but I'm going to take a long break and then get back to things. I got to do some planning for tomorrow, so that's it for today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.